You do a great job of staying in the cuddle curl position all night long because you know it's extremely important to safe bed sharing. But you wake up achy and sore and grumpy. It hurts to be in that position all night, right? I'm Tiffany from cosleeper.com, and today is our first video in a series all about how to stay comfortable in the cuddle curl position. The very first thing that I think a lot of people don't think about is what do you do with your arms? We all know that we need to stay in that C position, right? That's why it's called the cuddle curl. It's very protective. It makes sure your baby can't inch up or down or that way. It facilitates easy breastfeeding all night long. But nobody talks about your arms. What do you do with them? And how can you position them so that you don't wake up so sore on your shoulders and your back? I thought back, and there are about 6 different ways that I've tried positioning my arms in these 3 years that I've been bed sharing with my babies. And so today I took some pictures. I got them here on the iPad. First, I'll go ahead and show it to you, and then I'll explain what I think is good and bad about this position. Okay, so I think that it feels so good to stretch out your back and reach all the way up to the top of the pillows. I love this position so much because I feel like I spend so much of my day hunched over, whether it's like breastfeeding like this, if I'm not in a good chair, if I'm on the couch, or bending down to scoop up the little guys. I constantly feel like achy and sore. My back hurts a lot. So this position feels really good to just stretch all the way up. Something bad about this position though is that one time I accidentally elbowed my baby in the head. I'm smiling now. I wasn't smiling back then. It was really scary, and luckily he was okay. He wasn't super young when it happened. But I was in a deep sleep, and I think it was when I was waking up because he started to nurse or something, and I just brought my arm down, hit him right in the head. So I don't always do that position. I'm a little nervous about that position, so keep that in mind. Okay, second one, right here. Now, this position is so cozy sometimes. I just sort of put my arm right here. Sometimes I even use this one too, go like that. But my arm is between me and my baby. And so sometimes I worry about that. What if he wants to nurse in the night, or if he's not so close to my breast and he wakes up, he might wake up and not know where it is and roll that way or something like that. Who knows if that would actually happen? But the beauty of bed sharing is that your baby's face is like right next to your breast, right? So they're always homed into that spot. If your arm's in the way, I don't know, maybe it's not a huge deal, but I don't do this position too often for that reason. I like to kind of leave it open so he's right there. It's really comfortable though. You basically put your weight all on this arm, and so you just sort of rest. I'm getting tired looking at these. Here's the third position. Okay, so for this one, I wanted to show you that some people do put their lower arm kind of out. It doesn't need to be right there underneath the pillow the whole time. It could be out, stretched out throughout the bed. That feels good sometimes. This one, my other arm is sort of like resting in the little hollow area between like my ribs and my hips, so I guess my waist. The only thing about this position is it makes me want to feel like I need to roll backwards. I don't know, something about the arm sort of pulls me backwards. And so if I don't have a thick supportive pillow there, or my husband or something, I'll roll over backwards. Or I'll feel the pressure, like the tension of my body wanting to roll backwards and me not wanting that to happen. So I usually do this when I'm nursing him, but I don't think I stay in that long. I think once I fall asleep, I move my arm somewhere else. Okay, so this is the fourth position. Now, I don't do this position. I think I tried it once, but I've seen a lot of pictures on Instagram of people doing this, so maybe it's comfortable. Me, I don't really like putting my arm over my baby's chest. I feel like my arm, I'm just so tired. How do I make sure that my weight goes on my hand and not my arm and I don't crush him? I don't know. If you're able to do that, then sure, that looks really comfortable because you're stretched out. I just personally don't feel comfortable doing it while I'm asleep. Okay, here's my fifth one. Now, this one depends on the baby. My little guy likes to hold my hand. So it's a lot like that position where your arm is sort of resting on your waist, except you can hold his little hand. I fall asleep like that very often because my second baby loves to do that. He's always wanting to hold on to me. So, lastly, So this position I sort of made up. I put my hand kind of between my knees. And sometimes I have a pillow in there too for support, so I kind of rested on the pillow. But I know it looks crazy, but when my baby was super young, just days old, I was really afraid of elbowing him or just like hitting him with my arm in the night. I don't know about you, but I really do think about my arms a lot when I'm bed sharing. Like, what do I do with them? And I was just so afraid of hurting him. So I just sort of stuck my hand between my knees and it worked. It kept me in that really tight C position and my hand did not budge. It stayed in that position from when I fell asleep to when I woke up to feed him an hour or two later. So maybe if you're a brand new bed sharer and you're afraid of hurting your baby, because that's of course what we're all told is that we need to fear co-sleeping, but if you're afraid, try that. Try putting your hand between your knees will hold it in place and it'll make sure that you're in that tight C position. Because obviously you can't straighten out when your arm is all the way down like that. So I don't know. I know it's weird, but we all got to do what works, right? And I'm showing you my picture doing all these poses and I'm putting it on the internet, but nobody is ever going to see what you do. Just try different things. Just try to figure out what works, what makes you comfortable, what keeps baby safe. Because as I've said before, the more comfortable you are, the longer you're going to want to bed share. So let's do it. Let's find a way to keep you happy all night long. I would love to hear what you have to say in the comments because there can't just be 6, right? I am so excited to hear any of your suggestions. I am open. I want to try something new because these work. You know, I sort of vary. It depends on the night which one I do, but I still wake up sore sometimes. As always, you know you can go to cosleeper.com where I've created an article about all this stuff. It has links and references and so much more. Now keep that baby safe and close tonight, and I will see you back here next week.